Russian troops fought to take complete control of the eastern industrial city of Sievierodonetsk on Wednesday as the United States said it will provide Ukraine with advanced rockets to help it force Moscow to negotiate an end to the war.
You offer some clarity on what President Biden meant when he said we're not sending Ukraine rocket systems that could strike into Russia, since even short-range missiles could fly over the border if they're fired nearby. And is the White House concerned that sending a rocket system could be considered escalatory?
So let me first say that those systems continue to be under consideration, so I don't have anything to preview on anything specific there. But as the president said, we won't be sending long-range rockets for use beyond the battlefield in Ukraine. But right now, I don't have anything to preview for you.
President Joe Biden said the United States would provide Ukraine with more advanced rocket systems and munitions so it can more precisely strike key targets on the battlefield. We have moved quickly to send Ukraine a significant amount of weaponry and ammunition so it can fight on the battlefield and be in the strongest possible position at the negotiating table, Biden wrote in an opinion piece in the New York Times. A senior Biden administration official said weaponry provided would include the M142 High Mobility Artillery Rocket System, HIMARS, which Ukraine's armed forces chief said a month ago was crucial to counter Russian missile attacks. Addressing concerns that such weapons could draw the United States into a direct conflict with Russia, senior administration officials said Ukraine gave assurances the missiles would not be used to strike inside Russia. These systems will be used by the Ukrainians to repel Russian advances on Ukrainian territory, but they will not be used on targets in Russian territory, the U.S. official told reporters. Shortly after the U.S. decision was announced, the Russian Defense Ministry said Russia's nuclear forces were holding drills in the Ivanovo province, northeast of Moscow, the Interfax news agency reported. Some 1,000 servicemen were exercising in intense maneuvers using more than 100 vehicles including Yars intercontinental ballistic missile launchers, it cited the ministry as saying. There was no mention of the U.S. decision to supply new weapons in the Interfax report. The latest U.S. pledge of weapons for Ukraine, on top of billions of dollars worth of equipment already provided including anti-aircraft missiles and drones, came as Russia pressed its assault to seize the eastern Donbass region, having abandoned its earlier thrust toward Kyiv from the north. Russian troops have now taken control of most of the eastern industrial city of Sievierodonetsk in Luhansk, one of two provinces in the Donbass, and regional governor Serhiy Gaidai on Tuesday. Nearly all critical infrastructure in Sievierodonetsk had been destroyed and 60% of residential property damaged beyond repair, he said. Russian shelling had made it impossible to deliver aid or evacuate people. A Russian victory in Sievierodonetsk and its twin city of Lysychansk across the Sievierodonetsk River would bring full control of Luhansk, one of two eastern provinces Moscow claims on behalf of separatists. A pro-Moscow separatist leader said Russian proxies had advanced slower than expected to maintain the city's infrastructure and exercise caution around its chemical factories. We can say already that a third of Sievierodonetsk is already under our control, Russia's TASS state news agency quoted Leonid Pasechnik, the leader of the pro-Moscow Luhansk People's Republic, as saying. Gaidai warned Sievierodonetsk residents not to leave bomb shelters due to what he said was a Russian airstrike on a nitric acid tank. The Luhansk People's Republic's police force said Ukraine's forces had damaged it. Ukraine and Russian-backed separatists traded accusations over a similar incident in April. Jan Egeland, Secretary-General of the Norwegian Refugee Council aid agency which had long operated out of Sievierodonetsk, said he was horrified by its destruction. Up to 12,000 civilians remain caught in the crossfire, without sufficient access to water, food, medicine, or electricity, Egeland said. The near-constant bombardment is forcing civilians to seek refuge in bomb shelters and basements, with only a few precious opportunities for those trying to escape, he said.